He's gonna take you back to the past. He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd. When you turn on your TV, make sure it's tuned to Channel 3. He's got a nerdy shirt and a pocket pouch. Although I've never seen him write anything down. He's got a power glove and a filthy mouth. On with his effort, he will tear these games down. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd. He plays the worst games of all time. Horrible abominations of mankind. They make him so mad he can spit or say cowabunga. Cow a fucking piece of dog shit. They rip you up and don't care one bit. But this nerd, he doesn't forget it. Why can't a turtle swim? Why can't I land the plane? They gotta quit buck for this shitload of fuck. The characters' names are wrong. Why is the password so long? Why don't the weapons do anything? He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. Games suck so bad he makes up his own words. He's the angriest, most pissed off gaming nerd. He's the angry Atari, Amiga, CDI, ColecoVision, and Television, Sega, Neo Geo, TurboGrafx, 16, Odyssey, 3DO, Commodore, Nintendo nerd. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.
Pong. A simple word, a simple idea. It's just Pong. It was one of the first video arcades from 1972. A simple screen mounted inside what looked like a carved tree stump. You could call this the wooden age of video games, when everything was made of wood and two people playing tennis looked like two glow sticks batting a square ball back and forth. Yeah, this was before circles were invented. In spite of its simplicity, it's a fun and addicting game, even to this day. I thought it was fun. Apparently people thought so too back then. That's why they made a home Pong console, so you can play it at home. And then there was another one, and 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 another one. There was like 9 million fucking Pong consoles. It's the APF TV Fun. That's a great name, isn't it? The console's got that wooden paneling, and it's shaped like some kind of spaceship. The controllers are like cylinders. You move the paddle by turning this thing right here. This game is your basic Pong. This little switch here changes the type of Pong. One thing that's typical about Pong consoles is that the sound effects never come through the TV. They come from a built-in speaker on the console itself. I guess you can say it's similar to the Wiimote, how certain sound effects come out of it. Next, the Wonder Wizard. Looks like a slab of wood with game dials thrown on it. It was literally built from a Magnavox Odyssey using the same circuit board and part of the plastic casing. Also, it uses the same video connector. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, and as far to my knowledge, it only exists on the Odyssey and the Wonder Wizard. This might be a good time to bring up that most of these old consoles have a connector that looks like this. You have to plug them into a box and then screw the box into your TV. But I say get yourself one of these, plug it into the coaxial input on your TV, plug the game in, and tell that box to go fuck itself. However, the Odyssey and Wonder Wizard, with this fucking weird shit, you have no choice but to use a box. And even worse, it has to be a special box that takes this crap. And after all that, you're lucky if the picture comes in clear. Channel 3, Channel 4, what the fuck? The left paddle won't stop flickering, and the right paddle doesn't even exist. Where is it? Where is it? And speaking of weird hookups, the worst of all is the RCA Studio 2. Technically, it's not a Pong console because it uses cartridges, but when the hell am I ever going to talk about this thing? Typically, any game system will use two wires, one for the AC adapter and one to plug into the TV. But then there's shitty consoles like this that think they're being cutting edge by combining both the wires into one. In other words, both the video connector and AC adapter plug into the same box, which then plugs into the TV. Again, forcing you to use a box and to unscrew it every time you want to play a different game system. So, technically speaking, the video signal is traveling up this wire, and then the electricity coming from the wall socket is coming back through the same wire. I don't even understand how that works. The only other system I know that does that is the Atari 5200. And we all know how much ass that thing sucks. One last thing to say about the RCA Studio 2, it doesn't even have any external controllers. Two players would have to huddle around and use the keypads. Man, if there was an RCA Studio 1, I'd hate to see it. Next, the Radio Shack TV scoreboard. Looks like a remote for a TV, with a Siamese twin. Pull this off, you give it to your friend, say, fuck you, this is all you get. Look at me, I got all this shit, I'm in control, motherfucker. Ugh, why does the ball keep going through the paddle? Serve, reset, reset, serve. I'm playing Ghost Pong. Oh, there's color? All of a sudden the color comes on? The Sears Super Pong Telegame. Simple enough, two little knobs for controllers. Works alright, basic Pong. You got 4 different kinds of Pong. Like, what the hell is this? Reverse Pong? Okay, now what's this? Asshole Pong? That's not fair. This yellow bastard here is called the TV4 4-way video game. Rolls right off your tongue. Well, you already know how I feel about these accursed boxes. How do you think I feel that this one is permanently attached to the fucking game console? These things come from hell. These forks at the end might as well be the devil's pitchfork. One of them's chewed off, so I have no way of connecting it to the TV. And I have no way of replacing the box! You think that makes me happy? It doesn't. Another one I can't play is the Color TV Game 6. It was made by Nintendo in 1977. Pretty cool. It was only released in Japan, which is why it won't work on my American TVs. I've heard something about turning the channel to 95, but none of my TVs go any higher than 82. Apparently it has 6 games, and 2 players would have to grapple for the controls. Nintendo had an updated version with 15 games and detachable controllers. Here's the Volley 6, fresh in the box. Ah, that stained white color, tasteless wood grain, it reeks with age. The controllers dismount and you got a nice tray to hold your beer. Fuck, almost. At last we have the Coleco Telstar Arcade. Look at this mess. A steering wheel? A gun? What madman came up with this? Believe it or not, it actually uses cartridges. Have you ever seen a cartridge like this? A silver triangle that snaps onto the top of the console? On one side, you have a regular Pong game. On the other, you have a racing game. The lever controls your speed, and the wheel steers your car vertically on the screen. It's kinda cool. The gun game is like trying to shoot falling stars. It's impossible, but the gun's probably broken, so who knows. Well, that's Pong for you. All these different consoles goes to show how such a simple game could become such a hot-selling franchise. I could see people thinking 30 years ago, wow, Pong, this is where it's at. It ain't gonna get any better than this. Now what's this here? This Xbox 360? Some modern game system? I don't know. Maybe it has advanced graphics. Might even be in color. Let's check it out. Well, let's get this thing started. We're going to have ourselves a little marathon here and determine if the $199 was worth it. Game number 1, Fire Breather. Okay, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. And would you know this is the only game on the entire cartridge that's 2 players only? Gee, which game should we start with? Well, how about the only game you can't play alone? Well, that's $4 wasted already. Number 2, Star Evil. Who's gonna dodge that? Nobody! Not the first time. You'd have to know, oh, this is gonna be a vertical 2D shooter, and there's gonna be an obstacle immediately at the start of the game. Illuminator. You're not even allowed to see in this game? Real fun idea. For a room that has about 1,000 light bulbs, it sure goes dark a lot. And they're just decoration. Thought you could light a room with a light? No, you gotta kill vampires. But after you've killed one, you only get 1 second before the room goes dark again. Who wants to play a game that's pitch black? It's so black I could see my reflection in the screen. The question is, how much more black could this be? And the answer is none. And no, you can't go any higher. This is it. Great fucking game. Number 4, G-Force... What? Or just G-Force. It's another 2D shooter. You know what? This would be okay for Atari 2600. The only 2 controls are move and shoot. This game was made in 1991, the same year Super NES came out. Not to mention, if you want to play a good 2D side-scroller game on the NES, try fucking Life Force. And what is this anyway? An inside-out dolphin shooting at roadkill toads? I don't know, I'm just using my imagination. That's all you have when you play this miserable pile of goat shit. Number 5, Ooze. Oh, wow, a title screen? Really? Oh my god, it's... Shippickle, 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 shippickle. Oh, righty then, okay. Jupiter Scope. Nice, another space shooter. This time you're a dead whale shooting at flaming condoms. That's what it looks like. Oops, dead end. What the shit? You can't go back? I'm trapped? You're shitting me. This game is shitting me. Number 12, Thrusters. Another space shooter. Well, it's the same game as before, just different graphics. Where do they come up with these objects? I'm running out of imagination here. I can't decipher anything. Especially when the game starts having a fucking seizure. Number 13, Haunted Hill. Wow, a human being. I can't believe it actually looks like something. Man, her boobs are bigger than her head. It's a shitty side-scroller with the same bad controls as Ooze. Sadly, it's the best game so far. Out of the way, you fucking ghosts. Here comes Mrs. Tits, jumping like she's on the moon. Die, you onion-faced balloon floating, thing. I died by touching the air? Number 14, Chill Out. I wish I could chill out. This is horrendous. I'm only up to number 19? Jeez. Fuck. Number 19, Meong. What the fuck? Okay, get this. You move from square to square, hoping that the next square won't make you explode. So it's like a memory game that can only be done with trial and error. Good lord. Number 20, Space Dreams. Oh my, what's this gonna be? Why, of course, another space shooter. This time, you're a pacifier shooting at weird dolls, rabbits, and safety pins. Safety pins as enemies in a video game. Where do they come up with this stuff? Gee, What kind of enemy could I have for this game? I have 32 games left I have to program, so I have to hurry up. Ah, safety pin! That'll be perfect. Next game. A bag of money? How about that? It turns into a green, frowning face? Is that supposed to teach you a lesson that taking money is greedy? No, I think I'm reading way too deep into it. Oh, then the game crashes. Good. Number 27, non-human. Well, isn't that an appropriate title? Everything about these games are non-human, except for that very human-like face. Or are they aliens? What are these for? Other than the faces just being the area where you die, which takes up half the screen. Oh, you know you're playing a great game when you can't even jump over a hole. Oh, you can try all day, but you'll always fall down into the purple dimension of green faces. Number 28, Crybaby. By now you'd be crying, so it's like the game is mocking you. Okay, what's wrong with this picture? Baby, adult, baby, adult? Then what about him, huh? What the hell's going on here? Why does the floor look like ice cube trays? What are you attacking with? Why do you die when you fall off the furniture? Why? What? Why? Number 29, Slashers. Slashers? I thought it'd be like a horror game. Instead, it's a poor man's version of Double Dragon. Saying that is being extremely generous. It makes bad dudes look like a masterpiece. At least the backgrounds change. What are these, beer steins? You're not even allowed to walk past anybody. When an enemy appears, you stop dead in your tracks and can't move until you have a punching match to the death. There's zero strategy, you just mash buttons. And what are these, hookers? I guess this guy doesn't understand the concept of a hooker. You're supposed to fuck her, not fuck her up. Die, boob lady! Number 31, Fuzz Power. Well, fuzz is right. You're some guy with a big nose, big feet, and lots of fuzz. You roll around fighting blow dryers and hair combs. What's that, popcorn? Oh no, I'm getting hit. I'm losing my fuzz. Now I'm naked. Yeah. Whoever came up with this is an asshole. Whoever came up with this is an asshole. Ass. Hole? Asshole. Television makes a lot of sense. That seems to be a theme here too. Look at that. There's some crazy shit going on over there. I want to join the party. Oops, dying in midair. I can understand dying because you're jumping from too high, but can't they at least make you die when you hit the ground? Mash Man. Well, Mash Man looks like Fuzz Power with clothes on, jumping on eyeballs in front of Legoland. Ugh, next game. Number 38, They Came. They came from where? From space? No, that can't be. Ugh, next. Number 39, Laser League. Well, I'm glad they spelled laser with a Z because that's how you say it. You don't say laser. By the way, horizontal 2D space shooter. Next. Number 40, Billy Bob. This is different. It's like Indiana Jones, except it's Billy Bob. I'm kind of stunned that this game has some fluent animation here. Of course, I should have learned. In Action 52, you cannot jump down. You will hit the air so hard you will die. You can't jump to the ledge either. That doesn't work, and if you stand there too long, you die. So how do you get over? I don't know. Second screen of the game, and it's a dead end. Number 41, City of Doom. You're climbing the tallest building in the world while the tenants throw bowling balls at you. That's it. It goes on and on and on. How tall is this building? It must lead into outer space. Oh no, please, please not space. Number 47, Hambo. A pig version of Rambo? No, that would have been too clever. Number 48, Time Warp Tickers. You're a pair of fingers in checkerboard land with upside down doors. What kind of drugs were they on? Was this game even made by a human being? Time? When you kill things it says time? What does that mean? Time to play another fucking game? Number 49, Jigsaw. It crashed. Oh, thank God. Next game. Number 50, Ninja Assault. Another beat 'em up, if you even call it that. No strategy, just mash buttons. Number 51, Robbie the Robot. More like Robbie the sunglass-wearing Bart Simpson lookalike in a blue dress. Guess how this game works. You move to the right and shoot. That's all. Nothing can stop you. You could literally play this game with your eyes closed. Until the second level, when there's holes. Now you're screwed. I can't believe they sold this shit fest for $199. That's about how much it costs for a video game console. Pretty much. You could take $199, stand on a bridge, and just throw it all away. You'd rather do anything than spend it on a broken down, dysfunctional disaster of video game programming. With games that crash, hideous jumping control, random characters, microscopic sprites, a marathon of mediocre space shooters, dying in midair, problems with proportion, misleading titles, misleading power-ups, embarrassing weapons, seizure-inducing backgrounds, lack of enemies, games you can't win, games you can't lose, games that make no sense whatsoever, shitty graphics, shitty music, shitty menus, and a fuck ton of other things. Well, it's not as bad as the other games. For one thing, it actually has a story. The action game master was at home playing his video game when suddenly an arm reached out of the TV and pulled him inside. Yo, watch the gonads. When he looked up, he saw 3 gigantic yellow bodies. It was the Cheetah Men. Oh, really? He began to explain. The Cheetah Men told of the enemies here in the game world. Don't worry, we will fight for you. The Cheetah Men ran off. And now, the Cheetah Men. What kind of story is that? The Cheetah Men are fighting for some gamer that got sucked into the TV, whom we never refer to again? What's this, a crotch burglar? Yeah, burglar's your crotch. Oh yeah, the enemies in this game are so inspired. They even resort to recycling characters from other Action 52 games, like Boob Lady and Saddam Hussein. Dude, think about it. A giant cheetah jumping over Saddam Hussein. Whoa, I never thought I'd see that. The jumping glitch only gets you so far. Fuck. Oh no! Wait a minute. A 1-up? And it skips me to the next level? Aw, kick fucking ass! Life is kinda cool sometimes. But here's the weird part. The next level's supposed to be 4, but it's called 3. So there's 2 level 3s? It begins with this bizarre flashing disco strobe with Tetris blocks. What's that all about? And what's this? A health bar? I have a health bar all of a sudden? Well, that's convenient. I don't know why it's not in the other levels. And now the jumping glitch doesn't work anymore? The rules of jumping change from level to level? The major reason why it's so difficult is because you outrun the screen, so you're always taking damage from enemies that you can't see until it's too late. I mean, look how far to the right I am. Aw, shit. You gotta jiggle back and forth just to get the screen oriented properly. Rhino Man here, or Rocksteady, whoever the fuck he is, he kills you in 1 hit. Doesn't matter how much health you have, he runs right in and you're dead. The only way to beat him is to very slowly inch your way up, and as soon as he appears, you run all the way to the left. If you're just a hair too late, you're dead. Then you have to make very subtle taps with the D-pad to get yourself facing right, and 1 tiny step forward, just enough so he can't touch you. It's like the only way to beat this game is to cheat. Guess that's why it's called Cheetah Men. Wow. The fuck nuggets who made this game thought they were going to make action figures and it was going to be the next best thing to Ninja Turtles? Well, that's the end of Action 52. But they made a Cheetah Men sequel. Oh yeah. You know how with a bad game, sometimes you wonder how could it have even made it in the stores? Well, this is a case in which the horror was so unspeakable, the game was never released. The cartridges were taken to a warehouse where they remained for years to come. It was never meant to be played. Then, in the late 90s, a massive break-in took place. The cartridges were discovered and became valuable collector's items. That's a true story, except that the real story was probably a little less dramatic than that. But I don't feel bad about it. You know what, game? All the shit you put me through the first 2 levels, now it's my turn. Yeah, you wanna play dumbass? Well, double dumbass on you, motherfucker. You swine, you son of a motherless goat. Level 3? Both games have 2 level 3s? How'd they repeat the same mistake twice? Maybe it was intentional. Now it's time for the ape man. Oh, get your head out of my crotch, you monkey fuck. You won't get me this time, you son of a bitch. Whoa, speaking of monkey fuck. Get back here, you shit biscuit. Where'd he go? He's not coming back, is he? Oh, man. Alright, so can I jump up and kill myself? No? Not this time when I need it? This is limbo. This is purgatory. The only thing I can do now is reset the fucking game. You're not gonna get away this time. Yeah, bitch. Well, I beat the game. At least I got as far as you could possibly go before it fucks out. There's also a tank game based off Storm Over the Desert. Remember in the NES version, you're invincible and anything you touch explodes? Well here, it's the total opposite. You can't even touch a soldier. What kind of tank is that? Then there's games that are too easy. In Alien Attack, if you just keep running right and shooting, nothing will stop you. In the ninja game, you can actually run through everybody. In Bombs Away, you're running through a village avoiding bombs, but they'll never hit you as long as you keep moving. You can also jump like you're on a trampoline. Look at him, he jumps higher than the houses. And there's nothing to jump over, no holes, no obstacles, nothing at all. There's also a boxing game where the same thing happens. Have you ever seen a boxing match where somebody jumped, let alone 10 to 20 feet in the air? Another theme I've noticed is roadkill. There's a game called Freeway, which is an exact clone of an Activision game called, Freeway. They didn't even change the title. Instead of a chicken running across the street, you're a dog. That's horrible! The poor dog doesn't just get run over, it gets smushed into pieces! The other roadkill game is Skater. You're some kid on roller skates jumping 50 feet in the air, of course. And most of the obstacles are dead cats. At least I'm pretty sure they're dead. Why else would a cat be laying in the road? Tell me, if you're programming a video game and you have a choice of all the things that could be on the road, like mufflers, puddles of oil, traffic cones, hubcaps, fallen trash cans, open manholes, of all the things you could put there, why does your imagination go straight to dead cats? The names of these games are as mystifying as before. The tank game is called Norman. Is Norman the name of the guy in the tank? Then there's Sunday Drive. Yeah, just chilling out, going for a nice, relaxing Sunday drive, speeding through traffic at 100 miles per hour on a 5-lane highway. There's no accelerator, all you get is a horn, which doesn't do a damn thing. Oh look, Segaville, next exit. Again, and again, and again. For a non-existent exit, it sure has a lot of signs. There's a lot more 2-player games this time around, so if you're playing by yourself, that's just more games you can skip. Dino Tennis is pretty funny though. You're 2 dinosaurs whacking a caveman back and forth. And a purple dinosaur? Really? Don't we have Barney? Isn't that enough? Hell shit, motherfuckers. Damn apples come out of trees so fast, motherfuckers. Then there's this shitty drawing game. Yeah, try drawing with a D-pad. The background looks like the wallpaper in a baby's room. And the music, well, just listen. sounds like something you'd hear if somebody slipped on a banana peel. Even the NES music was better. One-hit deaths? Isn't that great? How do I keep dying on the same part? I know you're coming. I know you're coming. Ah, fuck! It's because you outrun the screen. Why's it gotta be like that? And what's up with the punching? When you tap the button just once, it throws 2 or 3 punches. You can only punch while standing still, and if your timing isn't perfect, it leaves you vulnerable. Well, I've made it to the end of the screen, I think, so my only guess is that you're supposed to collect all these cheetah icons. I mean, who knows? It's not like the game gives you instructions. Oh, and after you die, just once, all the icons are back, so you might as well just reset. Ugh, getting on these vines is such a bitch. Ugh, and look at that. Am I on the vine, or what? I'm not gonna let that thing kill me this time. Oh, there's a bat. Oh, you mother of an ass! Look at this situation. Yes. No! I can't even beat the first level, and I'm trying as hard as I can. Oh my god, oh my god, no, no, no! I don't believe it. I just can't believe it that this is even less playable than the NES version. You'd think by now they'd come back down to Earth and unfuck themselves. But you know what the really good news is? I'm done with Action 52.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shit.
Speaking of Mega Man, I had a unique experience with the 5th game. It happened a long time ago, and I doubt it will ever happen again. Fortunately, I have the evidence recorded on a VHS tape. It was a long night, and I was hell-bent on finishing the game. I made it to one of the final bosses. Under normal circumstances, I should have been able to see the giant pieces that fly out from the robot's body and been able to use them as platforms. But the glitch gremlin was playing dirty that night. He knew I made it far, and that there was no continue code for this late in the game. This was my first time trying to beat Mega Man 5. So imagine my confusion when I kept getting struck by invisible objects. The platforms were invisible, but they appeared to be stationary on the robot. Just an illusion, graphical dummies meant to fool me and sabotage my entire night's effort. My only option was to reset the game, but I couldn't accept that, so I pushed on. I kept jumping at the air blindly. 9 times out of 10 I'd get hit. Finally, after much patience, I got the invisible pattern down and was able to destroy the boss. And that was a great moment in nerd history.
That's impossible. I've never seen anything like it.
I should get a gold medal. Sometimes games can be unpredictable. Cheetah 2 is a prime example where the whole game is a glitch. As already described in my Cheetah Men review, after you beat the 4th level boss, you get stuck in limbo, so there's no way to play the last 2 levels unless by a freak accident. If a blue moon occurs on Friday the 13th and all the planets align, the game will actually start up on the missing levels. The frustrating part is that now I have no choice to play it. It's not like this is going to happen again. So it's like I gotta sit my ass down and play the 2 hardest to find, most mysterious levels in video game history, in what's already one of the rarest games in existence. What a privilege. Oh, and guess what? It sucks. Yeah, just like the rest of the game. Both levels are called Level 3, so that's 4 Level 3s in total. The final boss just runs back and forth. You stand there, hit him till he's dead, and after that, what happens? You guessed it. Now, if I ever have to talk about Action 52 and Cheetah Men again, I'm gonna staple my fucking ball sack to the ceiling. Let's play Rocky on the PS2. Not you again! What happened to the audience?
Well, you sure packed quite a crowd tonight, nerd. You sure did. Standing room only. Full house of glitches. Ding, ding, ding. In this corner, we have weighing in at 0 pounds and 0 ounces. Nothing. In this corner, we've got much of the same. Nothing. Did you hear that? What's that sound? Huh?
Next up is a pipe.
Sounds the glitch. Your glitch. Enjoy it.
Next up is a pipe. Next up is a pipe. Next up is a pipe.
No use for setting. Not gonna do a thing.
Yeah, fuck you. It's working now.
Spider Rico.
What was that?
I put him through the floor. That's a good one. Good one, glitch gremlin.
From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Rocky Balboa.
Oh yeah, I'm glitching. Get down with your bad self. Get down. Get down. Get down. Woo!
Wow, I've never seen a game this fucked up.
Not gonna work. Not gonna work. What time is it? Not gonna work, o'clock. In this corner, we have Bug-Eyed Balboa.
What happened to his mouth?
His eyes are popping out. And in that corner, we've got Spider Rico with no jaw.
They're like zombies. What is this, Rocky the Undead Edition? You are really one sick fuck, you know that? I'm gonna try Clubber Lang.
Oh, Clubber Lang. That could be a good one. Let's see what else I got up my sleeves. Oh, I'm not wearing any, but for my final showstopper, feast your eyes on this.
No, yeah, baby.
It's a Clubber fuck. I need a beer.
Oh, you want to play dirty, do ya? Bing! How do you like that? Sip on a nice, cool bottle of glitz. Bing! A nice, comfy couch of pixelated glitz. 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 Bing! Bing! Glitz, glitz. Glitz, glitz, glitz. Bing! 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 Glitz. 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 Glitz.
Maybe there's some weird stuff in it. I don't know why one of the labyrinths is shaped like a swastika, or why the enemy names are so random. What do you call that? A rabbit's head? Wrong. A Pole's voice. What's that? A mummy? Gibdo. What's that? A ghost? Guinea. What's that? Well, it's kind of like... What? It's called a like? Yeah, I'm not making this up. This is all coming straight from the manual. What do you call that? A snake? Wrong. It's called rope. Yeah, really. If you can't tell the difference between a snake and a rope, you're in trouble. What's that? A bat? No, it's keys. What do you call the keys then? Bats? What's that? A knight? A dark nut. Well then what's that? A Geiger councilman? Oh, a rock. What's that? A spider? A tektite. Now what the fuck is a tektite? Is that even a real word? Let me look it up. Yeah, it is. Tektite. Any of several kinds of small glassy bodies in various forms occurring in Australia and elsewhere, now believed to have been produced by the impact of meteorites on the Earth's surface. Yeah. Or a spider. What's that look like? Could he possibly be holding his sword in a more suggestive position? Or... Ah, you piece of dog shit.
Fuck you!
Yeah, that's fun. Watch this, I'm gonna turn into a fairy. Wait, That's not supposed to happen. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. What the hell?
Glitches! You like them?
No!
Let's see what happens if I go up here and turn into a fairy. I fell through the floor?
I am through the floor, through the floor, through the floor, floor.
I don't want to go through the floor. But then again, what do you expect if you turn to a fairy when you're high? High up or high on drugs, either way, you'll see glitches. I have better luck trying to fight my own shadow. You motherfuckers, come on! God damn! You can't beat your own shadow, and that's what this game is. It's your dark alter ego that knows more about you than you know yourself. I don't know how you could win unless you're really hardcore. Some gamers are so hardcore with the first game, they've actually made it to Ganon without the sword. That's insane, but people like a good challenge. You want a good challenge? Try beating Zelda 2 with the Power Glove. Yeah, that's a laugh. In conclusion, it's still a great game, but many consider it the black sheep of the Zelda franchise. And understandably, it's very different from the first game, but obviously Nintendo didn't want to just rehash the same game over again, so they tried something new. Some people were confused, and admittedly, it had some mixed results. But it had a legacy of its own. It was the first Zelda game to have towns to visit and to have a magic meter, and many games copied its style, such as Battle the Olympus and even Rambo. Bottom line, it's a good game, but a very frustrating one. I'll never beat it, as long as I live. Nope.
The McKids video, for example, I felt like there should have been a dancing scene with Ronald McDonald, Grimace and the Hamburglar, and Dracula, and Skeletor. For example, Top Gun. Even the title card could have used some extra work. Look how shitty that is. Oh, okay. Well, that's way better. I only played through half the game, and considering how short it is, I really wish I would have shown the ending. The final target is a space shuttle. That didn't even happen in the movie. Why are we destroying a space shuttle? Can't let those fuckers go to space. Oh, come on. Do I really have to land the plane one more time? Couldn't the game just end right there? I accomplished the goal. Who cares if I crash the plane? We'll just say it's a suicide mission. A lot of people questioned why I had so much difficulty trying to land the plane, so let me explain it better. Pushing down makes you go up, and up makes you go down. For flying games, that's standard, but the on-screen instructions don't make it clear what they're telling you to do. Does up mean push up, or push down to fly up? Speed up? Okay, now it's saying up, up, so is it still telling me to speed up, or fly up? Or no, I'm a fucking dipshit. It says right there, the altitude and speed. So just follow the numbers. Don't pay attention to the flashing instructions. You can tell that thing to go fuck its face.
I'm gonna land this thing. Oh yeah, I'm finally gonna land the plane. This time, I'm gonna do it for real. Oh, I got it. I got the speed right, but the altitude's off. Oh, going too fast. Hey, if anybody sees that plane, can you let me know?
I already mentioned the part where you go into the nightclub and find Jessica Rabbit's phone number. It's an actual 800 number that you're supposed to call. Back then, if you called the number, you would have heard a recording telling you some game tips. How did I resist not calling that number for real? Let's call it and see if it still works.
No credit card? Try Collect Callback. Dial 1215 Sex Talk and we'll call you right back, connecting you to hot live talk with horny students, housewives, and working girls. That's 1215 SEX.
Wow, the number has definitely changed.
Hey, I'm having deja vu here.
Well, Now that we've seen the whole game, we can conclude that it has, some relation to the movie, but it doesn't have any of the familiar music cues. And don't tell me it was some kind of licensing issue, like they were able to license the movie, but not the music that belongs with that movie that we all recognize. No Back to the Future theme, no Power of Love, no Back in Time, no Johnny Be Good. Well, fuck this!
Next came Back to the Future 2 and 3. This one has the Back in Time song, or at least part of it. And the intro scenes follow the movie quite well. But then the game starts, and you see all these dinosaurs, snails, and runaway trash cans. What the hell happened here? It couldn't possibly be any more different from the film. In this timeline, when Biff brought the Sports Almanac to 1955, it somehow created a world full of piranha plants, killer clouds, and evil Martys. I like how it says Back to the Future on the bottom of the screen, just to remind you what you're playing. Otherwise, you'd forget it has anything to do with Back to the Future. Purple for putrid gameplay, blue for bad musical abominations, green for graphical farts and garlic, yellow for piss-poor lack of loyalty to source material, orange for aren't you a fucking idiot, and red for high-stress, anger-inducing masochism. Put that all together, you got all the colors of the shit rainbow.
Stop! Shoot! Fuck! You fucking processing? Stop being so blast!
It's really hard to distinguish which objects are hazards and which are just there for decoration, like this underwear. This is a perfect example of a game that starts out way too hard. It's only the first level and I can't beat it! From what I understand, there's only 4 levels. For a Sega Genesis game, that's pathetic. I guess they were too lazy to design a longer game, so they just made it more difficult so it would take longer to beat, that's all!
Oh, and that fucking song. I am so sick of hearing that. Next time I hear Ghost Riders in the Sky, I'm gonna think about going 100 miles per hour on a horse, jumping crates and getting shot at and shit.
Fuck.
Oh my god. 3 Back to the Future games. And they're all fucking horrible. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's right. Super Back to the Future 2 on the Super Famicom. This game must have been so bad, it didn't even get an international release. I guess I'll give it a try. Back to the Future game? Somebody made a good Back to the Future game? And it was only in Japan? What the fuck is wrong with this fucking world? We get these shitty games, but not that one? Like, what the hell? Why would you do that? It's good. I mean, it's not great, but it's the best goddamn Back to the Future game I ever played. It's actually a game. Why bury the gem and dig up the turd? Innocent people have suffered through these fucking fuck heaps. People have developed fuckatitis from this shit. People have gone on to live horrible lives, kicking babies in the balls. If you would have went back in time and said to people, hey, there's a good Back to the Future game. Put this shit down and go to Japan. They would have looked at you like you're telling them to go teabag a goat on the surface of Mars. Well, thank you for taking a fucking shit on us all. Well, hope you enjoyed my Nintendo days revisited. Oh, and guess what? Yeah, I hate sentences that begin with that. Guess what? Because you know it's never a good thing. But the fact is, I have one more game to revisit. I don't want to say what it is, let alone even play it. But I'm thinking about it. In May of 2004, I gave a warning about a game called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I made it perfectly clear. Do not play this game. But from what I understand, people have played it. They didn't listen. But it wasn't their fault. I only showed about 1 minute of footage from the game, and even though I talked about it at great length, it didn't do any good. I called it a piece of shit. I called it an awful pile of steaming goat shit. But that was honoring it. I could have said anything, it wouldn't have mattered. I could have taken a shit on it, but my own shit would have been offended to lay on this loathsome piece of filth. Just the thought of covering this thing in doo-doo is like encasing it in gold. I curse the day I ever laid eyes on it. I curse the plastic that holds this abomination. My words are insufficient in describing the total insult to humanity that this game has provided. Everything that I've ever said and anything that anybody else has ever said is not enough. It must be shown. Here's the deal. If you die as Jekyll, you turn into Hyde. Die as Hyde, the game's over. There's two ways to die as Hyde. Number one, the traditional way, getting hit too many times. Number two, getting as far as Jekyll. Yeah, you know whenever lightning strikes and you drop dead in your tracks for no apparent reason? Well, that's the reason. You got too far. You see, when you're playing as Hyde, you're actually playing the same stage that you played as Jekyll, but in reverse. So, if you reach the same spot where you died as Jekyll, as Hyde, then you die as Hyde. Wrap your head around that. The whole idea is to turn back into Jekyll. You do this by killing certain creatures which relieve your stress meter. Get the meter back down, and you go back to being Jekyll. This is no town like in a Zelda game. These people don't want to talk to you, oh no. They simply want you dead. For what reason, I cannot imagine. Your only weapon is a cane, but it does nothing. When I first played this, I thought I was doing something wrong. I mean, there's got to be some explanation, right? But no, there is none. The cane has no purpose whatsoever. Why would you put a weapon in a game that you can't even use? When you're Hyde, it's like playing an entirely different game. Ah, help, help, I can't walk backward. I'm getting scrolled. Even when the steps come, you're forced to jump. Even though the enemies here look far more threatening, you can actually fight back by shooting crazy projectiles that the game calls the Psycho Wave. Very creative. It certainly travels in a wave-like path, and yes, I'd call it psychotic too. With a pattern like that, you have to be lucky to hit anything. Oh, and guess how you pull off the move? By pressing up and B. Yeah, up and B. Not too cryptic, but not too obvious either. B punches, but why would you want to punch when you can shoot? It's not like you can run out of ammunition either, so the punch is worthless. The irony here is that when you're Jekyll, it's unplayable, but when you're Hyde, it actually starts to feel kinda like a fucking game. But you're not supposed to let yourself become Hyde, as if bad is more fun than being good. That's the idea, right? Jekyll's good, Hyde is bad. So why do the townspeople hate Jekyll? Should it be Hyde they're fighting against? When you're Hyde, you're just defending yourself from evil monsters. You should be going around the town, beating people up, walking into bars, starting fights, getting drunk, raping women, and causing a ruckus. That's Mr. Hyde. No, instead, you're shooting fireballs at ghosts, demonic babies, and brains with legs. Now, I'm sure the same thing is on everybody's mind. Does any of that shit that happens in the game happen in the book? Well, I have read the book, and no, it doesn't. Although I can say the game is very true to the original title of the book, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because this game is certainly a very strange case indeed. What did the good doctor do to make everybody so upset? I could see the townspeople sitting at the local pub talking about him all day. Yeah, I see Jekyll, you see him? I see him walking. He just keeps fucking walking. I don't like him. He's an asshole. He wears his underwear backwards. He has eyeballs for testicles. Well, according to the manual, Jekyll's on his way to his wedding, and the kid with the slingshot named Billy Pones has a crush on Dr. Jekyll's fiancée. Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't think there'd be a reason. But it doesn't explain all this other shit. Who's this jackass with the bomb? Don't you just hate it when you're walking down the street minding your own business and somebody puts a fucking bomb in front of you? This is the worst part of the game. If you get hit by the bomb, it takes half your life, and sometimes all of it. And the range of these bomb blasts is truly remarkable. You could be a mile away, and it still hits you. And each level has about 1,000 of them. Why can't the bomb kill anyone else? Is the rest of the town immune to bomb explosions? Even the spiders don't die. Oh, these bees! Go away! What happened? I killed a bee? I killed something! The only thing you can kill in the whole game, and it's a little tiny stupid fucking bee! Watch out for the bird shit! What? It's definitely shit in a Nintendo game. And are the birds shitting dog turds? Yeah, look at it. They shit half their own size. That's not right. Birds shit little white splatter pellets, not big brown coiled up poop mounds. And they never stop. Jeez. Wouldn't this be a good reason to call off the wedding? I mean, he has had quite a day. Wonder how the bride's been doing. She's probably worried about, I don't know, her dress or the color of the fucking flowers or some shit. Next thing, the groom shows up covered in bomb ashes and bird shit. Sorry, honey, I'm late. I had quite a day. All living creatures in the whole fucking town tried to kill me, that's all. What makes him think the church is gonna be any better? Is the priest gonna throw candles at him? Is Jesus gonna climb off the fucking cross and start hitting him with it? Is that statue taking a piss? It's taking a piss! Oh great, now there's birds shitting into the piss fountain. This is perfect. Look at this picture. This sums up the whole game. I think I get it. Why, it's the best game ever made. It's more than a game. It exposes the dual nature of the human spirit. The only way to win the game is to be Jekyll, but you want to be Hyde so you can shoot shit. You see, it's a constant battle between good and evil, and Jekyll must stay farther along his path than Hyde. If Hyde gains the lead, then evil will triumph over good, and that's the true conflict of the human soul. And to deny the evil completely would only force it into the subconscious mind, like a city broken into different social classes. People don't want to step outside their own boundaries, like Jekyll wandering into the wrong section of town. He's unwelcome. Nevertheless, he must abide by his own good nature. No wonder the cane doesn't work. The game does not reward you for acting upon your malevolent intentions. It's a proposed guideline for a set of morality rules to be programmed in real life. It uses the Victorian era as a fundamental depiction of outward respectability and inward lust. It's a metaphor for social and geographical fragmentation. It alludes to the Freud theory of repression, in which unacceptable desires or impulses are excluded from the conscious mind and left to operate on their own in the unconscious. Or you could just say, the game fucking sucks.